And hello. Yeah. Alright. Bleh. Bleh, bleh. Words. Okay, so today we're playing Zero Time Dilemma. We're so close to the end. I think this stream might be pretty short. Maybe pretty short. Maybe. Because I don't know how much longer we have left to do. Because we've done pretty much all the endings by this point. So, not all the endings, sorry. Every other ending except this final branching path over here. So it might be pretty short stream today. It might be pretty short because, yeah, we don't have much left to do. Yeah. So, yeah, we'll see. Though, to be honest, I do have something I have to do today, so, yeah. There's something I have to do today, so I guess it works out that it's a pretty short stream today, potentially. Alright. Okay, so, not here. Where were they? We were on the part with team... Yeah, the part where it's locked off was team Q. With, the box. Alright. I wrote down the code, I think. Yeah. Alright. Pass forward. And now the code for this. It's probably... It might just be an hour. I don't even know how... I don't know how long of this game is left. It's probably just really short. Like, looking at the flowchart, it's probably really short how much time is left. But we gotta... Might as well finish the story today. So, well, we have to, because eventually. No, well, 3808 0832. Because, yeah, by this point, I think it's just wrapping up just the conclusion of this story. We've got a lot of loose ends already
It opened.
wrapped up
Now,
from the
all we have
previous
to
time.
do is
So,
insert the plug here.
So where is this plug?
I think if we input the right numbers here.
What?
Wait. What do numbers for your head have anything to do with the plug for this?
I should just do it. You might get it then.
Stop avoiding the question.
Do you even know what should go there?
The numbers are,
yeah, it'd be silly to just not have the numbers by this point. I think, yeah, we had to put the helmet code like for one other time previously as well. Wait, no. 61404091. Or I might just chat a bit after, if it's like super short. We'll see.
Are you kidding me? You're... Ah!
Yep. Q is a robot. Android. Whatever you want to call it. Cyborg? I know there's different, there's specific stuff that differentiates the bunch, but...
Eric, it's been an hour. Would you just get used to it already?
How can I? I mean, it's a robot.
Eric's like the most normal person there, to be fair.
Could you maybe do something about it?
is this better?
Yeah. Now the shape brings out your eyes.
So this doesn't freak you out or anything at all?
I could say the same to you.
Well, not much phases me. I'm just not that type.
Well, she's
Another
already
Martian for all I
what's
care.
called a traitor anyway.
I
So
was surprised when I first found out. I thought my heart was in my throat.
You don't have a heart.
Hey, hold on. Did you say when you first found out?
I meant it happened to me before. In the past. In another history.
Another?
I remembered everything when I saw what I looked like earlier.
those long events and then Delta.
You see, my brain isn't located in this head. My thought center is there, inside the quantum computer. That is where I think, perceive, and send command signals to this body. For example, when I raise my hand like this, it's simply receiving a command. Just like a remote-controlled toy. Did you know? A quantum state is one where all possibilities overlap and coexist. This quantum computer, then, is able to use this state and run, say, simulations A, B, and C simultaneously. Basically, my brain is an infinite number of worlds and possibilities. So I can use that framework and, well, jump between other histories.
Okay, that explains how you are able to do it.
Oh, there's no way.
That I could do that? But it's possible that you two might be undergoing the same thing. There's a theory. Human consciousness may be a result of quantum effects in the brain. It's called quantum mind.
I love like
It's
with this
more or
series
less
how
suggesting a
like
human
it's
brain
it's
is a
pseudoscience,
form of quantum
pseudoscience,
computer.
but like
If a
I do
specific set of
appreciate that they
conditions
make
are
it
met,
sound
then
convincing
you
at
too
least.
can.
Jump to other histories?
This sounds like crazy talk.
You don't believe me?
Of course not.
Oh, I don't blame you. I guess I should explain everything then.
Please? Start at the beginning.
Before I begin, I need to do one little thing.
What did you just do?
Just a little something.
Alright, because like I swear like the game that does it from the point of view of
Nothing
Delta.
changed.
So like you're seeing through things through like
That we
security
can
cameras and
see.
stuff.
But it looks like the message changed.
Yes, I started up the system earlier.
It says force quit program on standby. To initiate, 2 key items must be set. What does that even mean?
Oh,
It seems
right.
like there's something
Team
else.
The key
D is
items
in
are...
after this. I see.
A mother's mementos?
I wonder what those could be.
Alright, we did that part already then. I see.
So, this is saying
Just in the-
we
just
need
further
to
ahead.
find them?
Does that mean they're hidden around here somewhere?
Even if that's true, I don't think we have the time.
Damn. Guess our time's up.
Now it is time for you to sleep. When next you wake, know you will have no memory of these past 90 minutes. Pleasant dreams.
Alright, that's that segment done. And then we did all 3 of them, so now we got the final ending now. Well, I don't know how long the final ending will be. That's the thing. I know for the other games, it ended up being pretty lengthy, just to do the final part. But okay, here we are. Everyone's all together. It was like what's it called? It was like a lot to go through in the other games just for the final ending. So this one seems a lot more faster. We'll see. It could just be super long. Like each segment could just be super long. We'll see. Or there's like an epilogue that's just long as hell. We'll see.
I knew it. Looks like the memories we regained are true after all.
The 3 wards were all in the same place. Then...
Carlos!
Akane, Junpei.
And Mira and Eric.
And you're Sean, right?
Oh, right, because they
Carlos,
remember from
what happened?
the other history.
Proof of friendship.
Anyway, what are you guys doing here?
Oh yeah, so Carlos was testing.
According to the
Hey Vet,
schedule,
welcome to the
the
stream.
C team and
We're
Q
just
team
wrapping.
should both.
Hold on, we're just wrapping up this game now. We're like so close to the end, so at the very least, we're wrapping up this game.
Still be asleep.
We took a page out of your book and did what you did. We used the cards to keep the bracelet needle from injecting us.
So, does that mean?
Yeah, I remember everything.
I do too.
Junpei and I as well.
Over the past few hours, we got back the memories we forgot.
Well, to be more accurate, it's more like we accessed the morphogenetic field and downloaded all of them.
Then you have the other history's memories too?
Yes.
So what's it called? I know for like the
You're
previous
like
games
us.
had like what's it
But
called? Some final puzzle to
why?
solve as well, like a final escape room. We'll
Hold
see
up.
if we get another thing
Eric
here.
and I are different.
Yeah. We didn't gain memories from other histories.
Then neither of you got injected?
No, we're the same as Carlos and the others.
I told them. Maybe I'll start from the beginning. First, so I could run the program in the Force Quit box, I accessed the central control computer. Then, I briefly turned off the communication network. That way, I stopped the surveillance cameras from sending any data to Zero. I didn't want Zero to catch on to what we were doing.
And that's when Sean let us in on the truth of what's going on here.
We went over to the transporter room and picked up 2 cards. Before the injection, we each slipped one between our wrist and bracelet.
Okay, now you two make sense. But what about you, Sean?
Well, you probably already know, but I'm a robot. Being injected does nothing to me.
Then,
Every time the time limit approached, I was forced to go into sleep mode. Then my memories from the previous 90 minutes were deleted. I didn't want that to happen, so... You remember me saying I accessed the computer? Oh, I hacked my own system too.
He said he managed to cancel the forced sleep and delete functions.
What about C-Team then?
We couldn't interrupt the surveillance cameras, so we had to be sneaky instead.
First, Carlos pushed me
Oh,
down
is that
and
why?
climbed on top of me.
He what?
It was just an act. I was only pretending to do it.
Carlos used that moment.
Oh,
to
okay, so that's why he
whisper
did that.
in my ear.
Fair play.
He
Sorta.
said to go to the transporter room and grab the cards in there.
But if I just let her go like that, it looks suspicious. So Junpei and I stayed behind to get Zero's undivided attention.
Just to watch the two of them fight.
I casually invited Junpei to the power room. You can see the result of our conversation.
You should have told me what was up.
If I had, then Zero would have figured it out. You look like you'd be a crap actor.
And after that?
We met Akane in the lounge. We hid from the cameras.
Oh,
and each got
that's
a
why they
card
had to
from
drink.
her.
Sorry, but could I get confirmation on something? Everyone knows what all happened in the other histories, right?
Even you, Mira and Eric?
Didn't Eric say so earlier? Sean told us everything.
But wait. Why?
Why what?
Why do we know about the other histories?
Well, that's probably...
Huh?
You want to know?
Oh, alright. Here he is. Like, guy's just there the whole time. And it's like, okay, hi.
Q? Or maybe it's
Oh,
actually
so
Zero.
no one remembered it was him.
You are free
Okay.
to call me by my given name, which is Delta. There's no need to look so threatening.
Zero
You
Wesker
were
mode.
the one who named
Yep.
me, Diana.
It has that same voice style. Actually, I'll check the voice actors after this. There's some
Doesn't
characters that
matter.
sound familiar
I shall
from other
answer your
stuff.
question. Carlos, Akane, Junpei, Diana, Phi, and Sigma. All 6 of you know that you are shifters, correct?
Okay, just those 6. Eric and Mira
Think
can't do
back
that.
on your path to this very moment. Did you arrive in this history by following a normal flow of time? No, of course you didn't. You jumped in from another history.
I guess you could technically
using your
cheat in this game
ability.
if you just have everything, the answers,
It wasn't
and then it's just
this
like,
once.
yeah.
You have been
Just speed run the game.
back and forth many, many times. From one point in space-time to another. You boldly took chances. Much like jumping from one tree branch to another. You have forgotten that fact. Perhaps as a result of the medicine. Or as one of the side effects of shifting. Regardless, your memories have been kept firmly intact within the morphogenetic field. It is simply that the 6 of you regained the memories of those times. One small trigger, and the levee preventing you from remembering collapsed. Sean is a similar case. However, his thought center is located within the quantum computer, so I suppose it's slightly different from you.
What about me and Mira?
You are both like me, in that we do not have the ability to shift.
You don't?
I
Oh,
have
okay. He has
another
right, he
power
mentioned this before.
instead.
He had some power or something.
The power to mind hack.
Huh?
Mind hack?
Oh, right. That's how he made Eric kill himself in the other ending.
I am able to read other people's minds. I know the thoughts and ideas that go through their heads.
Bit OP.
That's why I know exactly what Phi is trying to do right now. Step away from that device, Phi.
Let's be fair. Shotguns in real life have a long range,
I
to be
saw
fair.
through your ruse.
Then why did you...
I wanted all of you to play the final decision game.
Okay.
The final decision game?
I find human decisions fascinating. More specifically, the world branching that occurs as a result. I already mentioned that I am unable to shift. But after looking inside millions of minds, I learned one thing. There are people in this world with the ability to jump between histories. That shifters exist. Hence, why I know so much about these parallel worlds.
You did all this? Because you were curious?
When a person does something significant, it's difficult to boil the reason down to one word. Their motives are often
Alright, fair play.
very complex.
Tell us then.
It is the same now. To fulfill several objectives, it was
several.
necessary
Fair
to
play.
trap
Fine.
all of you in here.
So why did you do it?
You want to know? It is so you give birth
Oh.
to Phi and myself.
Right, it's a
Diana.
bootstrap paradox.
What do you mean?
Phi and I are the children of Diana and Sigma.
Phi is...
Wait. They're children?
Yeah, we got some time travel shenanigans.
November 16th, 2029. Phi and I were born in this shelter.
But why are you so old?
This was another history, of course. Shortly after, the atomic data that makes up our bodies was transported to April 1904. The transporter was located in a German research facility at that time.
Right.
Our bodies reconstructed and regenerated in the export pods at that facility.
But that would mean you're actually...
I'm 124.
You're joking.
But Phi is...
A German researcher sent her to 2008.
Okay, fair play.
Records indicate that she was part of an experiment.
You're saying Phi jumped back in time from 2029 to the year 1904? And then forward again to 2008?
Technically, what was sent both times was simply the data makeup of Phi's body.
I heard that in 2008, the device was being studied in an American facility.
That's when an old couple who were researchers took me in.
Pretty good looking for 124. Yeah, like, the man can stand, he can walk. He's fine. He's chill.
We've gone off topic.
He's like, doing pretty well.
That was one of the major goals. Everything that occurred here helped create Phi and myself. And when I say that, I am including all of the other histories. If I hadn't trapped the group of you here, then Phi and I would have never been born in our current forms.
Wait, okay, fair play so you don't...
Your current forms?
Oh, current forms.
Sean, you should already know about epigenetics. You see, environmental factors determine
that's what you
which
mean.
switches are activated within the genetic code. Reproductive cells are the same. Or perhaps I should say that the reproductive cells are the ones most affected.
Oh, I get it. That's why you made Diana and Sigma play the decision game.
Oh.
What do you mean? By backing them into a crisis situation, he caused an epigenetic change within their reproductive
But the funny thing with this, as I mentioned before, but like, I don't know how much is pseudoscience and how much is semi-factual.
This is the reason I have my
Okay, besides psychic powers, of course.
Phi was affected as well. You were born a shifter. DT, do you recall what was written on your wall?
When a curious hate oozes calamity.
And rearranging the letters gives you...
No way. What you choose can materialize us.
Our decisions will bring you to life.
Ah, it's foreshadowing.
Is why the decision games were held. So that the Phi and me here now.
They just talk, yeah. I mean, to be fair, he has a gun. They can't exactly do anything to him. Like,
No,
he just killed him.
Okay, so I get
And
why
by
you
this
had
point,
Diana
everyone just wants to
save
know
you
what the
from
hell's
life
going
or
on.
death
So,
decisions.
talking is the best part.
The rest of us had nothing to do with.
I already told you. My motives are complex.
Alright, go off.
Wait, there's more?
Yes.
Fuck you goddamn old man!
Alright, fair play, Phi. No, don't! Nice. Damn. Okay, at least we have the... Is Eric with the gun? Come on, Eric with the gun.
You may be right.
Alright, fair play. Phi just said,
Diana, take
screw
this.
you.
Put it in. Your bluebird, too.
It's ready.
Alright, what's up?
Verified. Key items were set. Executing Force Quit program. 10 minutes until explosion.
Oh. He's gonna blow up the place sky high.
What?
Oh no!
The hell? What is this?
Hey, answer me! What's with that announcement?
Must I explain? This shelter will soon explode. You've worked so hard, only to turn on this facility.
I mean, okay, fair play, force quit. Self-destruct.
Sean, access the central control computer.
It's no use. Once the Force Quit program has been activated, there is no possible way for you to reverse it.
Then what can we do?
Self-detonation. Yep.
I will tell you
The ultimate
one good,
screw you all.
no, two good things.
Sure.
First, I suggest checking behind the bar counter.
No!
Why would you?
Huh?
Gab.
Okay.
Gab's been.
Did you kill Gab?
Yes, with the
Why?
shotgun you're holding.
Okay, go off. Tell us why.
There wasn't much life left in him anyway.
So, why kill him?
You monster!
I never expected to hear that coming from you, Sean.
So what's the other thing? You had two things to tell us.
I have the ability to mind hack.
We already know that.
I have not told you everything about it. Reading other people's thoughts isn't the only thing I can do with mind hacking.
Oh, right, yeah, because
It
he can control
only
people.
lasts a moment. But I am able to control someone's body as I wish. Like this.
Oh, he made Eric kill him. Alright, fine, Delta. Goodbye.
Eric! Why?
No, for real, my finger just...
Mind hacking.
understand now. This is my power. So, let's begin. Your final decision game.
He's hanging on
You have two
pretty well.
choices. One, to stay here and wait to die. The other is... The other...
The other is? Or is he gonna die midway? Okay. Screw you, Delta.
Hey! What's the other option? What's the other option?
What is the other option? Ultimate screw card. Yep. He's just like, well, bye. I'm dead. You guys can die.
5 minutes until explosion.
What should we do?
What about the X door?
And how exactly should we open it? Unless 6 people die, it's gonna stay closed. Or should we start killing each other now?
Nah.
Mira?
I have an idea.
Which is?
We're going to shift, all of us, together.
Hey, hold on. Like jumping to another history?
But Eric and
I'm sure it will be fine. Remember what I said? Human consciousness may be a result of quantum effects in the brain.
Oh, yeah. You said if certain conditions are met, we can also...
What are the conditions?
First, you need to be exposed to danger. And the other one is...
To be in the vicinity of a group of shifters.
I get it. We'll resonate, and then Mira and Eric can...
But which history are we going to jump to?
None of the similar histories will work. One team is likely to be dead after the vote.
And we can't shift if there are no bodies for us to jump to, right?
Then... we need to jump to where all of us are alive.
When we're all alive?
Before the incident, maybe?
Do you mean...
Before... Oh! In there? Okay. The coin flip again.
The history, where we won the coin toss.
3 minutes until explosion.
I'm not sure I get it all, but it's a good idea.
What are you saying? There's no way we could do that.
Why not?
Shift isn't simply jumping into bodies in different histories.
Our consciousnesses
Oh.
swap places.
Yeah.
Ours for theirs.
We'll be forcing our other selves into these bodies and...
There's OST somewhere.
They'll die
I know
without
it's
knowing why.
I know it's used for... They use some of the older tracks from the previous games. Maybe someone used it for some video or something. Because I know it's fully original stuff, so...
Well, they're all living without a care off in another history, yeah? One time, they do the coin toss once and win? Don't you think that's unfair?
Mira, you're saying they, but we're talking about ourselves here.
I mean, you've shifted before and got your other selves
Consider
killed,
if those
so...
people really are us.
Good point.
Oh.
If we assume that we here are the true versions, then the us and the other history are essentially strangers.
Even more
Moral
of a
dilemma.
reason not to.
If we shift to that history, then we're tossing the others under the bus to save ourselves.
The us in that history have done nothing wrong. I mean, the only thing they did was win at a coin toss.
You could say the same for us. The only thing we did was lose a coin toss. Even so, we've had to go through so much shit. We've been forced to put our lives on the line.
Besides, aren't the bodies in the other histories ours anyway?
Then why should we second guess ourselves?
it again. We have two
Okay, so we have to
choices.
make a choice here.
We can stay here and wait for our deaths, or survive by sacrificing our other selves in another history.
So that's what bastard meant. The final decision game.
Alright, one final choice. Wait, let me quickly check something. Okay, it just seems there's only one. I don't know if it like locks you in then, if the game actually does that. Like, I don't know. Shift. I don't think we should just... It's just the end then. That's just crap. We just die. Oh, we have to choose. We actually choose the one then. Here. Oh, I see. That's where the split happens. Oh, I see. I get it now. That's the split. Oh, I get it now. That's the split. That's where it splits off. Which makes sense because it does the flowchart timeline order rather than like a route in a visual novel. Well, it's a visual novel, but it's timeline order.
Damn, I can't remember anything.
Me neither.
Neither can I.
It somehow feels like I made a bet with someone, but
And now
someone?
And now the consciousness
Kind
from
of
the future comes to them.
Did we all forget what happened?
Hey, could I ask all of you something? Who is this kid?
And now they survived.
Did we do it?
We're not wearing the bracelets, so I don't know the time. But
Judging by the position of the
Dodo.
sun, it's probably noonish.
What about the dodo?
And the date?
How would I know?
Ah.
Hey, Mira. Eric, do you remember me?
Yeah.
I definitely remember you.
then we really did.
Must have worked.
Life is unfair. Don't you think?
Alright, Dota's still alive. Well, of course he is.
Bastard. 17 years ago, a snail traveled down a narrow path in the park. If that snail hadn't been there, perhaps all of you here would have lived a completely different life.
Yeah, that thing has been
than you
alluded
did.
to throughout the whole game as well.
Just one small snail, and everyone's lives, even the world, changed.
So, what's the big deal?
Would you just quit talking nonsense?
I'm so glad you were safe.
Butterfly effect. It alludes to that, like, previous in the game as well. They're all like, oddly linked to each other somehow.
Whatever. We gotta call the cops.
And what exactly will
It's like
that
arrested.
accomplish?
Isn't it obvious? We're throwing you in the slammer.
And my crime?
Murder.
Murder?
Oh, I get why Gab was killed in the other ending. Because they would have thought, oh, we can't leave the dog behind.
In this history, not a single person has died. I strongly doubt the police would listen.
But in the other histories, you...
Did you not pay attention? I don't have the ability to shift.
So
The
technically
only
you did
reason
nothing wrong.
I know anything
Technically.
of those histories
Technically
is
you did nothing
because
wrong.
I
Technically.
mind-hacked you. In effect, the me you know is a different person, the one before you. Can I be charged for killing someone in another history? If so, then I'd say this world
Oh,
would be
I swear there's a
full of
film
criminals
like that
of all
where
kinds.
What about
You have-
conspiracy to commit?
Yeah.
there was something like
I'm
that.
betting
There's a
this
film
history's
that has that
got a
premise
bunch of dangerous machines
where like
and
people get
gimmicks
arrested
all over the shelter.
before they even commit murder
Unfortunately,
because
I have
they saw the
removed
future or
them
something.
all. You've slept for quite a while. Nothing is left in the shelter. No transporter, no quantum computer. Loaded into a truck and taken away.
There's a truck, it just takes them away.
Sean is able to move right now due to radio signals received from a satellite.
Uh-huh.
What? Aren't you happy? I say again, in this history, not a single person has died. Fi and I exist, and there will never be an outbreak of radical
I mean, that's a
sex.
good part, I guess.
There is only a
It's just
bright future
injustice
ahead for
that
all of us.
Delta is just scot-free.
Is this not what you'd call
Yeah, Minority
a
Report, that's the
happy
film. That's the one. I haven't watched it myself, but I know the premise, at least.
But according to you, all of mankind will die if time passes and nothing is done.
Oh yeah, he mentioned
Religious
that.
fanatic, a terrorist attack that sparks a nuclear war.
I heard this story. You said you released Radical 6 so that you could kill that person.
The me before you did not say that, but I can't deny it's true.
Radical 6 won't spread throughout the world in this history.
That means that fanatic guy won't die.
Oh, so it's still gonna be a bad
So
ending?
now humans will go extinct? Hey, where's that happy future you mentioned?
Interesting. Does that make you angry, Fi?
What?
If so, then we have a serious contradiction.
What
I
is-
have prepared a future in another
Oh,
history where 2 billion would survive. But yet,
What's the dilemma?
you decided to jump to this history. That means you chose a future where humanity goes extinct, over 6 billion dead.
No, you're wrong, Delta. Nothing in the future has been determined yet. We'll shape the future. with our
Ah,
own
that sort of
hands.
thing. Oh, that's cool.
Huh. You
I like that
said
sort of stuff.
something
I can't
can
deny.
get
I like that
behind,
stuff.
Carlos.
I think so too.
I agree.
Okay, me too.
I mean,
Mira,
Mira's still
You're
sus,
right.
but I guess no one cares
the
about that
future
right
has
now.
infinite
Or they
possibilities.
just don't know.
If we work together, we can accomplish anything.
Humanity's gonna die out? Screw that.
We'll definitely change that horrible future.
What's so funny?
Just that.
What the hell do you mean?
I'm sure I told you in another history that my motives are complex. Imagine, what if none of you had experienced the events that occurred in the shelter? You're so determined now to change the future. One of the goals of all of this
Oh,
was
was
to
this
get
really?
you
You were a
into
good
that
guy
frame
all
of
along?
mind. It's all going according to plan,
Okay.
without a single casualty.
So this was just to motivate everyone?
I created a future where mankind will be
Fair
saved.
play, Delta. Fair play. Fair play.
Does that
fair play, I guess.
Angry that your life was played with.
I mean, yeah, people wouldn't get
Very well.
pissed.
I will give all of you one last choice.
What's up? Yeah, so like he's saying like, oh yeah, I made you go through all this so you could have the motivation
With
to
that
change the
done
future.
there, you will be able to choose whether to kill me now or allow me to leave. I promise I won't use mind hacking on you.
Let me check something. Okay, I don't know. We'll see. Or maybe there's no
You are
choice
free
in the
to
end,
decide.
and Carlos just, or it's open ended. We'll see.
Which shall it be?
Kill him or not.
Pull the trigger or let me go.
You're
The fates
124.
of you, me, and mankind are all on the line. This is the decision game.
Mate, please, chill. Oh, it's just open ended, and we in the end it doesn't matter what choice he made. I guess it's that kind of thing, where it's like open ended, and it's like in the end it doesn't matter, or it's like we don't know. We'll see. Okay. Okay, I guess in the end it doesn't matter whether he gets killed or not. We'll see. I don't know if it is gonna be an epilogue. I know the other games had epilogues as well, so we'll see. Well, and also there's still the other ending I need to check where we just let ourselves get blown up by the shelter. We'll see. But yeah, man is just big brained, like saying like, okay, I put you all through this so that you can have, you know, the determination or whatever, the idea in your mind to change the future. Mega mind. I mean, yeah, he does. I see what you mean. Yeah, he does kind of look like that as well. Alright, let's sit through the credits and see what else pops up. Because this is the final game in the trilogy, but yeah, I don't think there's any other continuation after this. I know they released another game, the writer, released another game, but it's not related at all, I think. Which I'll play at some point as well, but not right after. But I've been interested in playing that game for a while as well. AI vs. Somnian Files, and I think a sequel to that game is coming out this year. I heard about it, yeah. I know some of my friends liked that game as well, so I'll check it out on stream at some point as well. But it's another story. It's more of a murder mystery game, I think. Murder mystery, I think. So, yeah, it's a different premise than escape room games, at least, I think. Final Fanatic out of 8 billion is going to be a challenge. Yeah, that's the thing. That's why they pretty much, Delta originally released Radical 6 so that he had a 75% chance of killing that one fanatic that would kill everyone. And well, as we know from how the premise of this game goes, he was successful because in the second game, Radical 6 is a big plot point, and that humanity does survive Radical 6, but yeah, it's pretty much post-apocalypse with 6 billion people dead. But I think, I feel having the low chance of finding the 8 billion people is a better future potentially. It's a low chance, but the reward is potentially a lot better. Like, what's it called? There's like a lot of stuff. 6 billion people obviously won't die, and also the characters are, all alive this time around. I guess we'll see if there's an epilogue, but I guess the game is going for that open-endedness and that you have faith for the future thing as well. Which I don't mind, to be honest, but I know this game was pretty mixed with the fan base. I didn't really follow the obviously because I never played the other games until a few months ago. But I know this game is diverse between the fan base, I think. Though to be honest, I actually really like this game, so I don't really mind it myself. It's like a similar thing with Danganronpa V3. That's pretty divisive with the fan base as well. And but I like that one as well. I think it's also because there's a whole mystery thing, but like some stuff like, oh yeah, mind hacking and also the alien pods were just introduced in this game, so there's no way you could have thought that Phi was some baby born in the future. Controversial. I'm assuming it's thanks to the support of our fans that this project was completed. We thank you from the bottom of our hearts. Zero Time Dilemma staff. I think it's more in a mystery solving kind of thing. We don't have every single there wasn't every single mystery aspect was revealed to us, like for example, aliens, the alien pods. That wasn't exactly I don't think there was any way people could have thought that Sigma was Phi's dad all this time, let's say. And also, one thing I hear about this game is that is unintentionally hilarious, like as in it's unintentionally funny. Like there's some parts that the game takes so seriously that it's funny, that the game isn't even aware of how ridiculous it's being sometimes. Apparently the other game they released, Somnium Files, is more self-aware about how ridiculous things are. Okay, let's see the ending where we blow ourselves up. But I'm curious to read about it after, now that I've finished the game, just to see what people dislike about this game. Like, I don't mind myself, but I can see issues that people potentially have. But I know, and also 999 and Virtue's Last Reward were really, really good, to be fair as well. Like, really good. And I guess on a puzzle solving aspect, this game doesn't have as much like intense puzzles. Now, let's say the end game for 999 was brilliant. Like it was really, really good. Then the build up and then realizing like why he was here, everything was going on, was really, really good. Virtue's Last Reward, I kind of rushed the last puzzle because I was running out of time, so I ended up needing a guide for it a bit. But it was really like the stuff adding up and stuff. All right, game over. Final decision. Okay. Let's save. Alright, that was actually, yeah, that was pretty fast. I guess also, you know, open endings and stuff is what makes people, what's it called? Open endings does make, Platinum Trophy. That's pretty much everything. Yeah, open endings when people want like a clear, this is how everything happened ending. Because yeah, the main thread from the second game to this game was like, okay, we're going to this shelter where Radical 6 had an outbreak, and we don't know how it happened. We don't know anything that happened in the shelter, and so that's the reason why Sigma and Phi went back from the future to the past. That's a big major plot point for last game. But yeah. So yeah, I think, and so it's just to like, you know, to save everyone and all that. But like, I guess with an open ending, we don't see how everyone ended up either. Conclusion: that was fun. You could say that. I really liked it myself. I think that's pretty much the whole game. I have a few things to do today, but I guess I'll stick around just to chat a little bit. Then it's a really, really short stream. There's a few things I need to do today, but I can stick around some more. I just didn't expect to be this short. I was thinking 2 hours, not like 1 hour left. Like, because the other game, I keep mentioning it, but yeah, the other games, end games, were like really long. Like Virtue's Last Reward Endgame was long, especially because of the puzzle as well. But it was a lot to go through. Oh, to be fair, it was also long because it was visual novel style. This one is pure cutscene, while it's more what's it called? Words. Oh yeah, it's just cutscene based rather than visual novel style with prose. But yeah, they also improved their 3D a lot more. Yeah, dialogues are somewhat cheesy, but I feel that's on purpose, to be honest. Like, I think it's a funny thing with English dubs. Like, I think it's more because people are so used to hearing, like, I know for Japanese, for example, obviously how a person voice acts in Japanese isn't how they speak in real life, for example. But for someone watching that, they don't process that, so they're not used to how people speak normally, so they don't feel weird about it, I guess you could say. While stuff like English dubs, I guess it's partly also depending on the script. Sometimes English dubs can mash too much in one sentence, so which is why it sounds off. Or people aren't used to obviously stuff like, oh, I'm going to change the future in English, because obviously no one in conversation will talk like that. Honestly, I don't really mind English dubs myself. I don't watch anime in English, but if I'm playing a game that has a lot of dialogue, and there's like a lot of let's say for example RPG games, sometimes they have character dialogue that's not subtitled at all. Like that's just like, you know, shouts in battle or whatever. I do play in English. Unless I'm so used to Japanese voices by that point, I would stick to English. Because honestly, English dubs have got so much better over the years as well. And yeah, honestly, I don't mind the whole cheesiness and theatricalness. Like, honestly, it's part of the charm. Like, this game is so serious about itself that it's just charming. But yeah, let's see. I guess I can theoretically, let me just go through my games list. Let me take that one off. Take this one off. I want to check out AI Versomnian Files, but that'll be in the future. Not too soon, because I don't want to just overload myself with strictly story-based games. Even though I really like, no, I mean not strictly story-based games, but strictly story-only games, I guess you could say. Like visual novel style, I mean. That makes more sense, yeah. What else did I play this week? What was the one I played yesterday? Oh yeah, Modern Horror. Yeah, I played that. Yeah, I'm just ticking off the stuff from my list now. Let's see. Cool. I need to. So yeah, I'm not really sure what I'm gonna do next week, but I'll plan it out. Let's see. I should. There's nowhere in the music. There's nowhere music in this game. One sec then. Let me put something on so it's just not silence. Where is it? Source, media source. No, that's better. Death Game Media. Danganronpa for sure. I really like that game. Have you seen Battle Royale? The the manga and movie. I read the manga and also I read the movie. What? I watched the movie and I read the manga. Yeah, Battle Royale is like, you know, the big inspiration for Battle Royale stuff. So, that was really good. I like death game stuff, to be honest. They're pretty fun. I'm trying to think of other ones I watched or played. To be honest, funnily, I never played Saw once. No, played. watched. Well, to be fair, there is the PS3, Xbox 360 Soul game, which is terrible. Apparently, I watched people play it, and it looks jank. Let's say. But I never actually seen Saw myself. Maybe at some point in the future I'll see Saw, but it's more like Saw is something I've absorbed so much through osmosis and just in general randomly around, which is funny. So, well, funny, but it's more like, but yeah, we had the idea of Saw already. What else was there? Danganronpa. I think there was this other, not this indie death game inspired by Danganronpa that's coming out here and there. Oh, Your Turn to Die. That's it. Yeah, Your Turn to Die, which is like a visual novel thing. Which I'm curious, is Danganronpa inspired? It feels like, and 999 inspired. I think it has escape rooms actually, as well. But I want to check that out when the game is finished, because this is like in chapter 3 part 1, and there's like a lot more to it. Oh, Squid Game. Yeah, I never actually watched it myself. I thankfully haven't spoiled myself too much on it. I know the ending was controversial, you could say, but I have no idea. All I know is memes. It's just Squid Game memes, and like it's not exactly Among Us level of memes, but it was getting to that point. Not really getting to that point. It feels like half the power of Among Us memes. And to be fair, it's because Squid Game's on Netflix, and it's like not everyone would experience that versus Among Us. Would Among Us count as a death game? Maybe. But yeah, I want to check out Squid Game. I know one of my friends watched it and they liked it, and they said, "Oh, it'll be something you like," because yeah, they know I like the death game stuff. So like Danganronpa. There was a Saw video games, which yeah, it does, yeah, but I don't think that's no. So because I saw gameplay of the Saw game, which is like pretty action based, and it's like the puzzles looked annoying as hell. Like there's like the puzzle where you have to like keep rotating, you know, the pipes puzzle, something like that. We have to like the pipes all connect to each other. Apparently it seems like there's a lot of puzzles of that vein. Which is like barely part of the room. There is like also some obviously perspective puzzles as well, I saw. But yeah, I watched some gameplay of, well, not even gameplay, I watched like a stream of it before, so I wouldn't really play it myself anyway. Let's see, there's probably some death game anime I saw, but I can't come up with it in my head right now. Let me see. Maybe there was some death game anime I saw. But yeah, I'm interested to see if there's other death game stuff as well. Oh yeah, because I also really like games that have choices in them. So like, well, to be honest, visual novels pretty much have it the best way of doing choices with like branching paths. But obviously for like 3D games and obviously more expensive games, high budget, I mean, games with choices obviously can't include every single choice being something that matters. Like, let's say for example Telltale, like once you realize how the choices in the game work and the actual effects of the choices, the magic gets kind of gone, because you realize how much your choices matter, and honestly how much some of your choices in the end don't matter. Let's see. Let me see. I don't know if there's a death game tag on it or not. On this game, I mean. Story rich, mystery, sci-fi, puzzle. I don't think it's a deaf game tag. Yeah, I can't think. I don't know. I don't think there is a tag. No. Actually, let me just Google. Hold on. Yeah, Your Turn to Die is one of the games that. Yeah, that's something I want to check out. It's like Danganronpa plus the Zero Escape inspired, it seems, but it's not anytime soon. Oh, I guess technically death games is like any situation where it's like, oh, you're going to die if you do this XY. There was this visual novel I played as well that was a death game as well, sorta. It was a while ago though. I mean, I nearly said Fall Guys. Well, Fall Guys is a game show, but I don't think the beans die. I mean, Fall Guys is a game show inspired, but it's not a death game. If it was, that'd be nuts. I just remember, what's it called? That art, the official art someone made of Fall Guys. It's just a skeleton inside the Fall Guy. I remember a quote about some video when Toto told you that every choice matters. That means it doesn't matter. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, if you're playing it, obviously you don't know how much effect your choices are making. But the issue is that the issue is that once you play the game again, or like you see how the choices work, in the end you realize, did it matter? I think it's like, on an emotional level, the choices matter. Like, let's say you steal some guy's food, or you choose to side with this character. On an emotional level, it still works, to be fair. I won't begrudge it on that. On an emotional level, when you're first playing it and you're ignorant of what's going on, of course. But like, yeah, once you play it again and you lose that emotional attachment, that's when it starts to fall apart a bit. Or let's say you save one character, but in the end they're fated to leave the group anyway, whether dying or just leaving, because that's how the game wrote them. And in the end, that character is not supposed to be important because their existence is determined. What's it called again? Not detrimental. It's determinate. Yeah. Whatever. Their existence totally exists because of you, and I'm flubbing that word, but you get what I mean. God, as the God's will. Oh, I feel like it sounds familiar. I think a friend told. Oh, I know, I never heard that before, but I see. It's that seems interesting. I'll check it out then. It's a manga and movie. Ah, okay, that seems interesting. I'll check that out. And what's it called? That seems interesting. Yeah, I'll check that out then. And what's it called? Well, not really a death game. That's more like a tournament thing, where like you have like gods face each other, but that's a tournament, not a death game. I mean, technically tournaments are death games, but manga is better, of course. There. Like, what's it called? On that topic, what kind of thing? Manga and live action. I haven't actually seen that many. I saw the Attack on Titan live action movie before with friends. It was something. I saw also, what was it? The Death Note adaptation, not the Netflix one, the Japanese one. That was actually pretty decent, and it does do a different ending entirely from the anime manga. So that's interesting as well to see. Like, yeah, spoilers, but yeah. What else was there? But yeah, for now, I'm trying to decide what I want to do for next week. I do feel I have a lack of like 3D action games on my channel, but like I played Remnant from the Ashes once on this channel, but I don't know, I'm not really feeling it at the moment. Like it's Souls-like, and I don't mind Souls-like. I was kind of burned out on Souls-like games for a long while because I platinumed Bloodborne and then moved to Dark Souls right away, which tired me out by the end. In terms of like, you have to be in the right mood to play Souls games, honestly. But and also it's more because Remnant from the Ashes does it's more like it's gun based, which I don't mind, but also it's a lot more focused on fighting ads, which is like the issue for me, which is like I don't like ads too much in boss fights, but there's lots of ads to face in that game, so I wasn't really feeling it afterwards much. I feel I don't like to leave games, like I'm not the type of person to stream a game once and then just drop it. Like, you know, like some streamers do the thing where, oh yeah, they play a game once and then they don't continue it, for example, but that's not my style. I can't do it like that. It's not for me. Because well, I can't exactly afford to do that right now with games I get, so if I do get it, well, technically, I mean, to be fair, there's a bunch of games in my backlog rotting away, so I can't exactly chat. It's more my personal style, I guess. I like to do series. I guess it, like, for a viewer, it depends. If you know the streamer does that anyway, then it's like, fair play. That's what they do, and you can't begrudge them. But if it's a game you really want to see more of from them, but they don't continue it, it's like, I'd like to see you play it more, but it'd be like that. And in the end, I guess also not every game you play is something you want to continue, to be honest, sometimes. Or like you try it out, but then if you find it isn't for you, it's not for you. Yeah, one game. Okay, I want to play this one game. I want to play by Ephrin, which was what's it called? Oh, did I even put that down? I didn't. Mr. Rayner's Solve It service, which is the same person who made Hello Charlotte and Tomorrow Won't Come for Those Without, that I played last week. Oh, he never finished One Shot? Damn. Did he like do one playthrough but never did the Solstice ending? Because I think, did Solstice come out like, not, it didn't come out with the game release, it came out like a month or two after Solstice, after the game release, I think. Like the Solstice update wasn't there, was it? I'm not sure, because obviously I played One Shot way after it released, so Solstice was already out. No, Solstice, I guess it's understandable if you played it on launch or really close to launch, and that you obviously had no access to Solstice. I had a friend that really liked One Shot as well, but I don't think Solstice was out yet. I really liked One Shot as well. I'm still kind of in that RPG Maker mood as well, but I don't want to overload myself with too many, so I don't get burned out on RPG Maker games. So I'm still deciding what to do for next week. I might start up another long RPG series. It's been 2 weeks since I finished Amori, so I might start up another RPG series again. I'm thinking either Odin Sphere or maybe Valkyria Chronicles. Yakuza 0 is not RPG, but I know it's a long series as well. What do you mean quests? You mean quests in One Shot, you mean? Was there a quest in One Shot? There was some side quests, I think, and I believe I did those. Yeah, I think. Unless quest is something else, you mean? Maybe Lobotomy Corp. I know that's a really good game as well. But it's pretty story based, and I don't know management games much. We'll see. Oh, Quest is a game genre. First time I heard of that. What do you mean by that? Quests. Do you mean... I don't know, what do you mean by quests? I'd never heard of that before. What do you mean, just RPG games with quests? I'm not sure what you mean. Unless you mean the Quest VR headset. I don't think you mean that though. Unless you mean just the whole idea of quests in RPGs, you mean? I'm not sure what you mean. If you got an example, I mean, feel free to go ahead and say it. I'm not sure what you mean though. Oh, game about you find clues. Finding clues, like something like Ace Attorney, you mean? Like mystery games, you mean? I have some mystery games I want to play, that's for sure. I think, yeah, if you mean like mystery games, then like, or like something like Ace Attorney, then yeah, I've played Ace Attorney before. I want to play, what's that game called? Ace Attorney, what's it called again? The latest one? Not latest, but technically not latest, but the Great Ace Attorney. I want to play that as well. But that's in the future, not like anytime soon. Cause yeah. Okay, like Ace Attorney, yeah. Danganronpa, Ace Attorney. Yeah, there's a bunch of mystery games I want to. Not really a bunch. I don't have that many. Oh yeah, AI the Somnian Files that I was talking about earlier is a mystery game, so I want to play that. There's this like short game called Unheard. I saw it on Steam and it was like really positive reviews on it, and it's like you have to listen to like audio clips to piece together the mystery or something. That seems interesting to play one time. Murdered Soul Suspect I haven't played yet. I know it's a pretty short, medium length mystery game, which I'll check out eventually. It's like one of those games that I was interested years back when it came out, but not enough to buy it. But that seems interesting. And Holmes Crime and Punishment is another game I got. I got it years ago for free. Oh yeah, the Sherlock game, Sherlock Holmes, Crime and Punishment. I want to play that as well. I have it on PS3 from PS Plus years ago, so that's good for me to check out at some point. What else was there? Oh, a mystery game was it that I played in the past? Ghost Trick is, well, not really a mystery. It's a mystery game, but it's less about finding clues, I guess you could say. But I do like mystery stuff, even though honestly I haven't read any mystery novels myself, but I love detective aesthetic and detectiveness and stuff. It's pretty cool. Oh yeah, I played Heavy Rain years ago. That was fun, to be honest. It was fun, but I know I can see the flaws with the game for sure. And obviously Quantum Dreams doesn't have the best, let's say, reputation right now. But we'll see if they come out with more stuff. I know, what's it called, Detroit Become Human, but never played it before. But yeah, I'll figure out what to do next week as well. Yeah, I'm in the RPG Maker mood, but I'll see whether I play one next week as well. I have found I do like playing games where I can read dialogue myself. It's just fun as well. Let's see. Like pure action games, I guess Yakuza 0 could be one. have a bunch I could potentially pick up. Like not pick up when I already have any horror in mind. Deadly Premonition. Have you heard of that? That's the only one that I'm kind of. Oh, right. Yeah. Deadly Premonition. Have you heard of that before? It's like this twins. Like I never watched Twin Peaks, but I have an idea of what it's like, and it's like that sort of thing. It's like this weird mystery horror game. Apparently, it has some jank to it, but that's part of the charm. Deadly Premonition, maybe at some point. There's also I don't know. Part of me wants to get the Corpse Party re-release on Steam at some point. I played it years ago, so I guess it'd be nice to play it again. And also, I never actually played the sequel Blood Drive. There's a sequel in between, which is like Book of Shadows, which is it is partly side stories, but then it suddenly has here's a sequel hook. But yeah, I want to play Blood Drive as well in the future, because I never actually finished that series. I have Evil Within to continue. I need to play the DLC for that. I haven't finished playing Evil Within DLC yet. I think I just need a break from that game. I liked it, but I need a break from it for a bit at least. I'll pick up the DLC. I'll play the DLC at some point in the future, maybe, and then Evil Within 2. I really like that game, to be fair. I liked I played Resident Evil 5 before. That's the only Resident Evil game I played, actually. Besides when I went to a friend's house and I played some of the Wii Resident Evil, that's like an arcade shooter. But yeah, Evil Within DLC at some point maybe, and Evil Within 2, both survival horror games. But yeah, I'm not too horror inclined unless it's like, honestly, RPG Maker horror is what vibes with me in terms of horror. Like not too jump scary, not too there's enough character there that I can, follow a story and that sort of thing. Like I feel with horror is like a lot of the time you're just left alone to your own devices. Like something like Outlast, like for example, I watched some people play it, but I know it's not something I would play myself. For example, Amnesia, that sort of thing, I don't feel I vibe with. I know it's a cult classic game, but that kind of like horror, like I don't know, I feel like, okay, I think it's more like I just like anime horror than other horror, let's say. Like I'd play something like Fatal Frame if I had a Switch. I wouldn't mind that. Fatal Frame seems really cool. I want to try that at some point, to be honest. So yeah, but like horror where you're like chased down and the story is more loose, I guess you could say. A lot of it's by like finding papers and stuff around. That's not really my vibe. Even though I know some games are really good, like Soma, for example, is really good apparently, but it's not my vibe, I guess you could say. Maybe I'll try it, but it's not exactly my vibe. But yeah, because I like horror imagery and all that stuff, but I like to have a solid narrative to go along with, I guess you could say. So if it's a horror, I prefer if there was a solid narrative alongside it than a loose narrative, I guess you could say, abstract narrative, or however you want to think of it. Like, I don't mind horror elements, to be honest. And also, I guess to be fair, stuff like Amnesia, Five Nights at Freddy's, Slender. I do not Slender. Well, okay, like Five Nights at Freddy's, I know has actually some decent lore to it. I read a bit of it, read a bit about it. Not enough to play it, but I do appreciate the lore tidbit tidbits a lot of horror games give, but I don't like just like, you know, a game that its main focus is to jump scare you, I guess you could say, isn't my vibe. Maybe I'm looking down on it too much, but jump scares and stuff I don't like. Well, to be fair, I think I'm past the point where it gets to me too badly. Like, I know in the past, a friend made me play, you know that scary maze game? This really old ass Flash game, and there's like scary maze where it's like, oh, it's a normal maze game, but then at the very end, at the end of like the 4th level, it like really thins out, so you pretty much have to look close to your screen so that so that you could actually go through the maze, but then by some point, something screams in your face. The Exorcist girl screams in your face. That kind of got me for a while, and I don't like screamers, that sort of thing. Jump scare that has screamers. Oh, I did play Dead by Daylight before. I don't mind that. It's, to be fair, it's less horror by that point. I don't mind getting spooked, but yeah. Oh, the suffering lecturing horror morality choices. Okay, that sounds interesting. Let's see. Ah, PS2, Xbox, Windows. I see. That seems interesting. I think, what's it called? I'm kind of maybe too what's it called? I'm too used to modern stuff now that going back to retro, it's not even retro. Yeah, but it seems interesting. With more choices, that seems interesting. I never heard of the game before. I think horror, I think the horror that vibes with me is more surreal horror, maybe. Okay, this just sounds weird, like just saying like cutesy horror. I don't mind that as well. That's what vibes with me the most, but cutesy horror. Seems interesting. But it's not on like, it's on like PS2. I see. It's a PC release, but that's like on Microsoft Windows Store, which is gone now. Oh, it's on GOG. I see. Oh, it's been like way too long since I played a really old game that now it feels weird for me to play really old games. Not like 3D really old 3D games, I mean. Like sprite-based games I can vibe no matter what. We'll see. We'll see how I feel. What else was there? And also this, what's it called? Oh yeah, Zombie. That game that came out on the Wii U, but came out for PS4 as well. So I was always interested in playing it. It's like I think it's a zombie game. I don't mind zombie games actually, to be honest as well. I played Dead Rising before. I liked it. The time constraint is something, but I played Dead Rising 2 before. Like, I don't know, I have a not really particular, I wouldn't call them my favorite, but I don't mind zombies as much as other people say like, zombies, not again, zombies. I mean, it's been years since the zombie craze died out, honestly. Like, it's been years since the zombie craze died out. Dead Rising 4, yeah, I heard that was really bad for some fans. Like they brought back Frank, but it was like rushed development and out of character moments and a bunch of stuff apparently. That's fascinating. I watched a video on it actually. Yeah, I watched like one of those video documentaries on YouTube about it. Left 4 Dead. I never played it myself because I was never a PC player before or Xbox, so I never had I never played it before, but it seems pretty cool. I watched some gameplay of it. Some people play Left 4 Dead before. Seems fun. I think with zombies as well. For me, I like the slow zombies, like the ones that aren't too fast. Like when you start bringing in like zombies that spit and that are like tanks and stuff, I'm like, like in Dead Rising, for example, like you start off with the slow lumbering zombies, but then you get like fast zombies or nuts something, yeah. But also what was it called again? What was that? Oh yeah, Dying Light, that's it. I've been interested in checking out Dying Light at some point. Apparently the second, I don't know, I never saw reviews, so yeah, Dying Light is something I want to check out as well. Parkour in games always interests me, like what's it called again? What's that game called again? Mirror's Edge. I never got it myself because I know it was a really short game, so I never was too interested in Mirror's Edge, but I did. Parkour seems interesting in games for sure. What was it? Dialing. I heard I think Dying Light 2 was really well received. Apparently, I'll check that. I've been interested. Yeah. And I think the setting is a lot more different than Dying Light 1. We'll see. God of War. I played God of War 3 years ago. But God of War, it's pretty fun, but yeah. I'm kind of interested in God of War PS4, the soft reboot, I guess you could say. With that of War, pretty much. I'm interested in playing that at some point as well. Maybe I don't have it myself. I'm kind of hoping they release God of War for free on PS Plus, but let's see, what is the PS? Because I know they have a collection of games on that are free for if you have a PS5. Let me see. Batman, Battlefield 1, Bloodborne, Call of Duty 3, Days Gone, Crash, Detroit, Fallout. Oh, they have God of War. Alright. If I get a PS5, I'll have God of War for free. So, well, technically for free. Prince of Persia, I played it once. Sands of Time. I played it before. Like, I found what's it called? The reverse time mechanic pretty interesting, but I've never played a Prince of Persia game to completion. Like, I found it pretty difficult when I was younger, when I tried playing God of War? Prince of Persia. Yeah, I think it's just partly just me I mean, I mentioned, 3D games. There is a few 3D games I want to play, but there isn't that many that I'm vibing to play right now, I guess you could say. Like, Elden Ring is something I want to play at some point, for sure. I keep seeing videos of it around. I'm trying not to spoil myself too much, but I've seen a few bosses and some stuff that is good to pick up in the game. But, yeah. Elden Ring is something I want to check out as well in the future. Because I do love Bloodborne for sure, so it's something I want to play at some point. But yeah. I think it's partly just because of me really leaning towards story games, so a lot of them don't tend to be 3D. We'll see. I think I'll start an RPG next week. Just gotta decide which RPG to start. Because they are very long, so I don't want to have too many RPGs at once, but I'll think about it. Phantasy Star. No, I don't think I've played one now. I know there's the MMO RPG, Phantasy Star, but I feel like MMOs for me right now are too much of a time commitment in terms of just to play. It feels like too much of a time commitment. I mean, I'm streaming, but I could stream that, but I feel it's a bit too much of a time commitment for me to commit to right now. MMOs, especially because I think Phantasy Star Online is free, I think, and I don't think it's subscription based, but yeah, and so yeah, and also because of monthly costs and stuff or whatever, I don't feel like getting into an MMO at the moment either. I know XIV is really popular, and I have a bunch of friends who play it, but it's not something I can start off right now. I feel it's not something I have the feel to go into yet. Currently trying to play the first Thief game, despite its ages engaging. I heard the stealth mechanics for it's really good apparently. Like, a lot of people were disappointed by the reboot, the modern version of Thief, but apparently the old ones are really good, and there's like lots of stuff to take into account and stuff. Stealth games for me are kind of mood dependent. Like, I'm not the type. I like stealth is fun, but I'm also not the type to want to wait around too much. That's just me being impatient. And it's also, first person games aren't exactly I'm not that versed in first person games, so I don't play too many games that are first person, although I do want to play Dishonored at some point maybe, and those stealth, yeah. Hitman games are stealth, yeah, but I haven't. Those guns take a while, yeah. Hitman's pretty cool though as well, and they made like I played some of the older ones before, like because it came out on PS Plus a while back, but I know I think I'm just so used to modern quality of life stuff that now it's hard to go back to old games personally. like stuff like, just I don't know, I'm too used to modern quality of life improvements in games. But I do want to play Hitman at some point as well. Hitman reboot the modern Hitman. Oh yeah, Shadow of Colossus. Apparently that's really good as well. It's been something I already noticed the plot for Shadow of Colossus, but but it's something I want to try out at some point. Like, stealth mechanics in games can be fun when it's like an optional thing, like you can choose to be stealthy, but yeah, they require lots of patience. And it's more like, the issue with stealth is that, Assassin's Creed, but I want to play Syndicate at some point. But that's probably sometime in the future. And I think it's more because I don't like repeating too much, where it's like repeating the same thing, and then if you mess up once, it's like, I have to go through that again. Especially with stealth, where you can't speed it up. You have to wait for them to move and all that stuff. But that's just me being impatient. We'll see. Yeah. Let's see. But yeah, there's a bunch of RPGs or whatever. We'll see. Okay, yeah, it's mostly RPGs, but I try not to overload myself on RPGs to play, so yeah, we'll see. Makes you reject old 3D games graphics, or I feel it's more, what's it called? Not really reject, more like quality of life and stuff. I'm so used to like modern quality of life stuff that some old, like I'd say PS2 era 3D graphics, I don't mind. Like, graphics are fine, but it really depends. And like, if it has like a certain art style, then it's still fine as well. Like old PS2 action RPGs, I'm fine with as well. I think it's a case by case thing as well. Like vibes and partly also just quality of life and all that stuff. Like PS3 era stuff is still fine to me as well. But yeah. And also it's more because it doesn't feel like there's too much from outside of well, I keep saying RPGs, but yeah, outside of like RPGs from the old era, I don't feel there was too much that interests me from the older era that I would play. There is what was that game called again? It's this horror game. Clock Tower on the PS2. It's the 3D one. I watched someone play it, and it looked pretty interesting as well. I already saw the plot and everything, but it seems pretty interesting. It seems pretty cool as well. And what else was there? What's this other one? It's this other horror game on PS2. Some cult classic one, but I already know the plot for it. We get chased around a bunch. What was it called again? Where was it? Let me see. What was it called again? Haunting Ground. That's it. I watched someone play that as well. It looked pretty interesting as well, but I watched someone play that. Haunting Ground, yeah. And yeah, Clock Tower 3, that was it. I liked the really theatrical nature of the cutscenes and dialogue in that game from what I watched someone play. That's pretty cool. Whoops. Oh, there are RPGs. Yeah, grind. Yeah, I guess that's kind of a thing as well, like with old RPGs where I wouldn't... It depends on how they are. Like, we don't have the modern... like, nowadays in RPGs, the grind isn't that bad because, like, either one, the battle system is so much faster. Like, for example, Persona 5. The battles are just so fast in that game that it doesn't feel that bad to just keep getting random encounters. Oh, right. Random encounters. Oh, boy. I prefer the more overworld system where you see an enemy on the map and then if you touch it, of course you fight. Rather than, oh, you walk 5 steps. Boom. Random encounter. Yeah, other games had the auto button. I think, yeah. And also Mother Earthbound, at least, when you fight like a really weak enemy, you can just touch it and then it just dies because you're so powerful that obviously the game just says, you know what, yeah, we won't bother you with a fight. It'll just die. I think that's kind of also like to mention Omori. I really like that game, of course. I love it. I played it for like 13 streams. I feel with the battle system in Omori, there wasn't really a way to make battles feel faster, which I feel it could have done with. Just something to make random encounters feel faster. Because it can, like, without, well, to be fair, you start with Kel, so if he's the fastest, and then you can AoE with Hero, with his follow-up. But I did kind of wish there was a faster way to do battles in Omori. Like, yeah, I feel, yeah, with RPGs, yeah, if the random encounters are slow, then it just feels slow. But I feel nowadays also, you don't need to grind too much. Just as long as you fight what's in front of you, you're all good. Just don't keep running away from everything. I know an issue I had when I played Persona 4 for the first time years ago. Yeah, and also button probably would help, yeah. When I played Persona 4 years ago was I was focused too much on social link stuff, and by the time it was the Kanji's dungeon, there was like no days left to retreat and heal up. So, and I also wanted to get going with the story, so I just run away from encounters and just avoided them. But by the boss time, it was like too difficult. So I figured, you know what, I'll just start the game from scratch and just actually not actually level up. What Persona games have I played? Persona 3 Fez, Persona 3 Portable, Persona 4, the vanilla version. I didn't play Golden yet. Persona 5. I haven't played Royal yet. And also I have Persona 5 Strikers in my library because it came out for free on Plus, so I want to play that at some point. And also played the Persona 4 fighting game spin-off. That's getting a re-release in the future, so I might pick it up just to play it again. I'm not good at fighting games, but I enjoy fighting games. What else was there? What other Personas have I played? I didn't play Persona 1 or 2. I played some of 1, but it does have that old RPG-ness to it that I just didn't really feel like doing it. It had that, it just felt dated to me, but I know it's still good, but for me it's just too dated to me. But yeah, I also played some of the Shin Megami Tensei games, the general ones. Well, from the Shin Megami Tensei, I played Nocturne before, and also the Devil Survivor games on DS. Those were really good. And also I played some of Devil Summoner 2, but I never finished it. Maybe I'll play that soon. Not soon, but we'll see. But yeah, I really like the Persona games and the Shin Megami Tensei series as well. Oh, really? You don't hear people talk about 3? I feel 3 is still talked about in high regard alongside 4 and 5. But yeah, 1 and 2 are more niche than 3, 4, 5 for sure. Like 3, 4, 5 is the main one that people talk about with Persona when they say Persona. But they're worth checking out. I think it's because, to be fair, 3 hasn't had a re-release yet. The only latest version is portable, but then you're missing out on 3D cutscenes. But it's more visual novel by that point. But it's still really good, and the female protagonist route. If you play as the female protagonist, there is some changes that are worthwhile. That are nice to check out if you have already played as the male protagonist earlier on. But I do have a strong feeling they will release a Persona 3 remaster at some point. I have a strong feeling. Nothing confirmed. I just feel they'll do that because they released the dancing game, the dancing spin-off rhythm game with 3D models for Persona 3 characters, and it's like, are you just gonna waste them like this? I have a feeling they're gonna do something. I think right now it's approaching the 25th anniversary for Persona, so maybe they're going to release it at some point. That'll be pretty exciting. I'm looking forward to if they thing. Something gets to play about time management. Yeah, especially for me it's like I love RPGs, but there's so much. It's a time commitment to play RPGs. But yeah, time management and all that. And also especially with let's say maybe not 10 years ago, but let's say the past decade was like, okay, we gotta make our games longer, but then now some games are too long when it feels like bloat. Especially with some games where it's long for no reason, sometimes short. But then also there's also the whole thing with it's up to the player in the end, cost versus money, etc, kind of ruins your sleep when I'm too engaged. Yeah, fair play. Yeah, It's like sometimes you can't sleep, or you don't want to sleep. I never got really, midnight releases and stuff. I never was the type to, stay up at midnight and then just play it right on midnight release. I know there's some people I know who like played right from midnight when a game releases and just throughout the whole night. I can't do all-nighters myself. Like my limit, I have a limit, personal limit to how long I stay up for. Looking at you, Omori. Yep. Yeah, I can see that game you just get sucked into the game, and it's like there was that tweet from OmoCat that was talking about that said like they're surprised that lots of people are streaming Omori, and she said like she expected Omori to be more like this game that you find randomly at like 3 a.m. in the morning, and then you just play it without not like too much fanfare, but people just find it randomly and they get engrossed in it. But then it's like now it's also a game that a lot of people are sharing with others from streaming and stuff, and it's gonna get even bigger from the Switch release for sure. I feel the Switch release and the Switch release and the console PS4 release are going to make it grow even more, I feel, which is nice. Like I know people are like, I don't want this game like I know I saw it with the one-shot community as well. Well, not really the community, like one person on the subreddit for one shot was like, I don't want to become the next home the next Undertale. Why did I almost say Homestuck? But yeah, the next Undertale, and it's like there's more. My opinion on that is like, and like I don't know, like in the end, yeah, sure. There's always going to be people you disagree with in a fandom. Like maybe they're too overzealous, but in the end, it's because there's a lot of people who are into it. You're bound to have people who are maybe a tad overzealous about it, which is like, yeah. I think, I almost said it. I don't know why I almost said it. I never actually read Homestuck myself. I had some people who really got into it before, but I just never got into it. I read like the first chapter, the first part where it's like, what's his name, Jake, in a room. Is that the main character's name? The glasses in like the room, and then you just click stuff. But I never got into it myself. I know it's really popular, and now it's kind of settled. It's settled a bit. Right? Is your profile picture Homestuck? I think is it. I don't know. I can't see. It's too small from what I can see. John Egbert. That's it. Yeah, I know that the music for it is really good though. There was like this one. It's like the first time you fight your dad, in Homestuck. That was really fun, to be honest. I mean, fun. The music was really good. When you fight your dad for the first time, like, ooh, this bops. But I never really got into it. And like, I was already exposed to Homestuck by the time. What's his name? What are they called? Gremlins? the grey people. What are they called? The devil people. What are they called? I know, like, obviously, like Megalovania is also from Homestuck, or maybe it was one of the Trolls. That's it, Trolls. Trolls. Yeah. By the point that I was aware of Homestuck, Trolls were everywhere. They were everywhere. I don't know at what point they're introduced in the story, but it feels like Homestuck already had like what, 400, 600 something releases already. The best Megalovania. Oh yeah, there's like different versions also. Yeah, and like I know Toby Fox. I don't know which one came first, the Homestuck version or the Earthbound ROM hack that Toby Fox did. One of those for the Gygus battle in the ROM hack. Yeah, that was the first one. Fair play. It is nice to see that, yeah, Undertale and stuff did get pretty big, and like it made like, you know, RPG makers and indie RPGs a lot more prevalent in the consciousness. Like, when did Undertale come out? Holy crap, when was it? 2015. Okay, so the Omori trailer was before that. Okay. Wait, Undertale was announced. When was it announced? The Kickstarter for it was when was it announced? Oh, in 2013. Okay. Oh, ROM hack to Smash Brothers? Wow. Oh, right. Oh, that's what you mean. Right. Yeah. From initially doing a ROM hack to getting Sans and his own music in Smash Brothers. That's nuts. Like, damn. Fair play to Toby Fox. Like, jeez. He got his, like, damn. Like, you'd never expect that you'd be in one of the official works for sure. It's like, damn. And now we're getting, like, you know, Earthbound Nendoroids and stuff, which is wow. Like, I know Nendoroids, the figures, the small figures were like are normally anime, and then ever expanding recently. Well, not recently, for a while now. But it's cool to see. It's like also like Helltaker. Like, damn, man got some cool designs and he got everyone to love them, and now it's like, yep, now you have lots of art, and now there's figures of like the Helltaker guys' designs and stuff. It's like, yep, he got what he wanted for sure. I never actually played Helltaker. What's it called? The second one. Not the second one. The small update. I didn't finish that. I didn't play that yet. But yeah. Oh, still wondering how Deltarune will go. Yeah, because it seemed like I didn't expect Deltarune 2 to be also free. Like, initially Toby Fox said like, oh yeah, part 1 is free, but then the rest will be paid releases. But then Deltarune 2 was free. But I guess I do hope it's not in too much development hell. Like, it's just gonna eventually come out. Oh yeah. I haven't played either Deltarunes yet. So that's something to pick up at some point too. There's so much to play, potentially. Like, I know, like, sorry. Like, even, like, it doesn't have as many memes and stuff that spread around like nuts, Deltarune, but there is, even then, it's still got a lot of stuff that spread around. Like, there was this meme with Susie and Chris, and it's like, what the hell, Frisk? Or like, where are we? I saw the one for like the Omori version of it, and it was like, It was before I even played the Omori, of course. It was like a while back. But yeah, what else is there? Hope we won't have to wait 10 years, yeah. Hopefully development is going smoothly behind the scenes, because, yeah, oh shoot, it wasn't 10 years, but it was a long while for sure. But yeah, hopefully development goes smoothly for it, for sure. Like, an actual proper release, maybe. We'll see. I'm not a developer. I never developed games myself, so, but I know it must be quite the task. And also with everything, you gotta manage the art, the music, even the mechanics. Like, I know Omori was in development hell for a while. That made people think, is this game even gonna come out? Or something like that. Like, because of the old RPG Maker engine they migrated to was buggy as hell. So, yeah. Alright, let's see. One sec. The only problem with all the hype fans may draw their own pit. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, yeah, that's kind of a thing that happens with sequel games where like people have their own expectations for how things should go, and if it doesn't live up to that, then it's like they get upset. Like, a lot of games have that. I think it's also a thing that happened with this game, Zero Time Dilemma. I didn't follow the fandom at all because I obviously didn't play it, but I do imagine lots of people had their own theories and stuff, and when their own theories and their own expectations get dashed, it's like, I don't like this. That's what happens with long-running games, of course, with series, and if you make them wait too long, sometimes their own ideas become more flattering than what actually came out. But yeah, I feel that happens a bunch. Like even that happened with Danganronpa as well. I feel as well, but that's why it's so divisive. V3, but I still really liked it. Like I'm not the type that gets too upset if it goes against expectations, but it depends. I guess it depends how. Like I haven't been like overly upset over an ending in a while of something. The fall of Toby Fox. Ah, jeez. Yeah, I saw. It's not a thing I watch too much, but I do see like in my recommendations like the fall of XYZ, whatever, and I do have those feelings of like, let's say there's something you really like, and then you just dread one day you'll see the fall of, I don't know, let's say for example you like McDonald's or something, and it's like, for like McDonald's, or like it's doing well right now, there's no way you could imagine the fall of McDonald's, but then it's still like that feeling of I really don't want to see a video on that. For example, if it does happen, if it ever, you don't want a situation like that to happen to something that's like something you really like. But yeah. Like I don't really watch those negative documentaries too much. Like I don't know, I just don't feel in the mood to. And sometimes they're just absurdly long. Like some documentary analysis what went wrong videos go for like 2 hours plus, even 6. Like how? Although I do admire how they do it, like people who are able to do analysis videos. For me, I can't. Like I did essays in school, of course, but I don't feel how to say, get my points across in that manner. I'm more straight to the point and then elaborate if I need to, rather than doing like a lot of build up for a documentary style analysis. Like I like analysis stuff, but I'm not the type that will make a 2 hour long whatever analysis thing. Like you can analyze in like what, 10 minutes, 5 minutes, but like a whole documentary style is not something that I can imagine doing myself. Alright, yeah. I was thinking, yeah, I don't really have that many infinite games, like games that don't have a end point, like let's say Minecraft, Apex Legends, or whatever. I don't really have that many games, if at all, I play that are like that. Although I do want to try out that Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel game at some point. Yesterday's video seems to be about sensationalism and actual analysis. That's the thing that turns me off about it. It's like the titles, like sometimes the video itself is totally fine, but the titles turn me off from clicking it. Gmod, yeah, I guess it's that, but I'm not, as I mentioned, I'm not much of an FPS person. Like, maybe I'll try Apex Legends one day, but not anytime soon. let's see. But yeah, I'll figure out a schedule as well for next week. As well. It's also playing with streaming as well, is that, you know, you just manage how much you're able to, that you don't force yourself to stream too much as well. That sort of thing. Let's see. And just balance out that, how much you can feel you're able to do as well. But let's see. Yeah, I'll figure out what to do for next week. What game launchers do you use? Oh, Steam. Yeah, I use Steam. Or I have Itch.io. Oh yeah, Itch.io. I have Itch.io for a few games. Like I had One Shot on Itch.io before, and I got Epic, but I only use it for the free games. I haven't bought anything on it. So yeah, I mostly use Steam. Mostly. It's more just easier because everything's on there, so I'd rather it's easier to stick to Steam when I can. Epic just has a few of the free games that they give out because it's free. I might as well get it. Free is free, so just get it. It's free. Oh wow, it's been an hour since we finished the game. But yeah, I think I'll call it for today then. That was fun. It was nice to just have a chat, just a small chatting stream as well. I keep mentioning this every time I do one, but like, I don't expect to be able to talk this much, but when I do, and it works out, like, wow, fair play. But yeah, I'll post the schedule soon and whatever stream I do next. Maybe Monday, maybe not. We'll see. We'll see how I feel. If not, maybe Tuesday. We'll see. Yeah. Well, technically, the only Infinite game I have is Slave Aspire. I could continue that next week as well. I still need to get the 4th stage clear. We'll see. But yeah, that was fun. I'm glad to have finally finished this game, and I do want to check out the other game, that's AI the Somniant Files as well in the future. Not straight away because I don't want to burn myself out, but I'm looking forward to it. I'm still in an RPG Maker mood, but I'll decide what I do. I'll decide. But yeah, that was fun. And yeah, I do still highly recommend 999N Virtue's Last Reward still. I'm kind of curious to see people comment, because I saw some people have played this game first and then went back to the previous games, which is interesting because this game gives away a bunch of twists from the previous games, but it does it in a way that's like it could potentially be just one in one ear out the other, so you don't even realize you're spoiled, or you just forget about it the next time you play the other games. But yeah, I'm glad to finally have got this trilogy done. It's one of the games that I knew for sure I wanted to stream when I started off streaming, for sure. But yeah, alright. Thanks for coming, and for anyone who's dropping by in the future, cheers for coming as well. I'll catch you all next time. Laters. And see ya. Where's the... Here. Bye-bye.